about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. I am Preston with my partner in crime, Long Island Rays, Elm City made, Mr. EZ BlueZ is in the building. And you already know what time it is. It's Let's Get Nerdy. We got the OG Blurred himself. Super villain to many, superhero to the ones that matter. It's the one and only, the Professor. We are at DiasporaCON right here in New Haven, Connecticut at Next Haven, and we're having a good old time. Everything's just getting started right now, but we have a lot of great energy. It's a great vibe, and let's get nerdy. It's the right time. To those who are listening for the very first time, the news we will say will probably be in past tense because a lot of stuff we have is pre-recorded. So if we're going to get to some nerdy news, we will get to it at a later point in time. It's just, all three of us got separate lives. So we're going to discuss this pop culture where a lot of stuff we missed because we haven't recorded in a long time. Guys,
yes,
we haven't talked about Avengers Doomsday in a very, very long time. We haven't really focused on it. We haven't talked about the 30 million seats that were announced within that long video of 8 hours that were live streamed. We haven't talked about that in our deep feelings of it. I thought it was a waste of time regardless of everything. I thought there was no point of even announcing to people, wait until we get to the theater, but maybe I'm old. I am reaching my unk status. I am pushing 40. I miss the times where you sit down in the theater and actually be surprised instead of just waiting something online. I thought it was just a waste of time and nothing was going on with that. But, I'm done speaking. I'm done rambling. This is a great energy right here at Next Haven. Easy, Professor, you go ahead and take the mantle.
Would you like to go, Professor?
Yeah, so I have a little bit of a axe to grind with that whole thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree. I absolutely agree. That was a waste of filming. There's nothing really left for me to be surprised about now. Like, even the whole. Remember, I told you I was a little bit upset they even announced Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom, which I will say I still think it's a bad idea. But I think that it was a waste of time to show all those seats and who's going to be in the movie, and then not include other people that might pop up in the movie. It's too late. You let the cat out of the bag already. So I'm going to say this, and this hurts my heart to say it. I'm not really looking forward to it anymore.
You're not looking forward to it anymore at all.
When it comes, it comes. I'm not even going to go see it the first night like I originally wanted to.
Okay.
But I'm not really excited. Like I would have been way more excited if they had waited a little longer. You're giving me everything right now. Wait much longer. They should have never shown Robert Downey Jr. They should have never shown who's going to be, all those seats. That wasn't necessary.
Right.
Let pieces of the trailer. Don't even show Dr. Doom without his mask. Let us be surprised in the movie.
In the movie, yes.
That's what you do. That's what because we knew Doom was coming, but show us in the movie who it is.
Okay.
But they did a little too much. And again, I think that whole introduction of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, that messed up Anthony Mackie and Captain America, in my opinion. It took away from that.
Right.
And it, if the Sentry wasn't coming with the Thunderbolts, it would have taken away from that too. So that's my point.
Okay.
I love the spectacle.
You love the spectacle.
I love the spectacle. I love the fact that they made a big deal out of absolutely nothing.
Okay.
None of these characters matter. At the end of the day, they're just fodder. There's still going to be surprises that you're going to be in the theater and be like, I didn't even know homie was in this movie. It's still going to happen. All of these things are going to be, and we all know that if Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doom, but he's not playing Victor Von Doom. He's playing Dr. Doom. So it's a swerve on the character as well. You know how this is all going to play out. towards the end. We realize this. We've all been reading comic books for a while. We know that there's 19 different versions of Doctor Doom out there. Who knows which one they're going to go with? And if they're going to go with that one, it's going to change by the halfway through anyway. So I think it's a spectacle, and I love the fact that it just shows how do I put this?
Yeah, go ahead.
How gullible the average viewer is, because there are people who watch that spit for 8 hours. You just watch chairs. If I wanted to watch chairs for 8 hours, I would just, I don't know, go to a local music show.
And then right, the hubris of and I like Robert Downey Jr. The hubris of him physically being there doing the whole ta-da, there are the chairs. Like, come on, son. Like, you didn't have to do none of that. You didn't have to do none of that. You didn't have to show up at Comic-Con. You didn't have to announce that. Leave something for us as the viewer, as the fans, to be surprised. Like, now, I'm thinking it's good. First of all, if we're going to be honest about this, right?
Let's go ahead.
In the comic book, you never saw Victor Von Doom's face.
True.
The fact that you pulled off the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an MCU thing. Spider-Man never showed his face. A lot of the heroes never showed their face. But everybody in the MCU want their mask is nanotech or something, or they pull it off and they got to show their face. Like, that's nothing but like hubris for the actor. Again, me being a fan of the comic, me being a fan of the MCU, like at some stage, it's like, all right, tell the story. Like, yeah, I'm excited, that Victor Von Doom's coming. Yeah, I'm excited that they're going to do Secret Rewards, stuff like that. What I'm not as excited about is seeing these faces, like all these faces that we don't really need to see. I want to see the characters. I want to see the action. So, again, it's just hubris to me.
All right. Our partner in crime, Amanda, our co-worker here helping us out with this con right here today, has something. Well, I'm going to speak for her. I agree with her with everything with Doom being a swerve. And also, for the people who are listening to the broadcast, if people do come to our table, we are giving out free items and everything. So if you hear like a couple more like extra noises, it's people just checking us out, promoting ourselves and everything, and making sure we're biggest ever for this podcast. But as I get back to the topic at hand, Amanda thinks, and I agree with Amanda, that it's going to be a swerve with Robert Downey Jr. being Doom. Because it's just
I just said that.
I'm reinstating it.
Okay. I'm just saying, I just said that.
Not Victor Von Doom, but like actual Doom, like a very, not the permanent Doom.
And I think we were talking about that.
Yeah.
I think the idea, and again, the smartest thing that they can do is do it as a variant, because it's all like this whole battle world incursions and alternate universe thing. If I'm thinking correctly, I think he's going to be introduced because he's going to be from the world that the Fantastic Four occupy now.
Right.
And then when they come to the MCU, like to the 616, he's going to show up here and he's going to say, oh my goodness, their hero has my face, Iron Man, right? And that's going to be his way to try to kind of take control, because people already trust Tony Stark, Iron Man. They revere him, so it's a good place for them to. I'm just excited that they're gonna take that role. And again, I'm hoping that he is not Dr. Doom from this point forward.
Right.
I'm hoping that's a real Dr.
Which actor
Doom.
you want to be?
I mean, we can't have Mads Mikkelsen because
I think we can.
Hold on.
He was Caecilius in Doctor Strange, so we can't have him there. It would be a crime because that character was terrible. I mean, we'll be honest, but it was Mads Mikkelsen, so I forgave it. It was fine.
But you got to think about this, Professor. I hate to cut you off. We got Mahershala Ali, Cottonmouth, and Luke Cage. Luke Cage is canned to the MCU, and he's Blade. We also got Microchip, which is canned to the MCU.
Yep.
He's the Thing. That's the same actor. So you can't have the
right.
same actor play multiple roles. Just
Oh
have
no,
to bring a
you
different range
absolutely
into
can.
it.
The chick that played Elektra was in the Eternal. No, I get that. But they blew it with Matt Mickelson. I'm sorry. I know Doctor Strange was a while ago. I mean, so unless they pulls, I don't know. But again, because Doctor Doom never shows his face because it's disfigured.
Right.
Yes, Mads Mikkelsen can play him. Absolutely. I would love that. So I'm hoping.
Okay.
But Robert Downey Jr., no thank you, sir. No thank you. You and your electric cars can go sit down somewhere.
First of all, I love his electric cars.
I do too, but he can go sit down somewhere, sir.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Gotcha.
But here's the thing: we're all like rushing to see who's going to be the new Doom, and all that kind of stuff. But again, let's look at the comic book aspect of it. There were eons that went. You never saw Doom's face because he was terrified. He thought he was massively scarred from the accident.
Right.
Which he wound up being a psychosomatic thing. He winds up being a very attractive man. But I think they need to play up to that. I hope they never reveal who it is. I hope it stays someone behind a mask forever.
That would be amazing.
It becomes like the Masked Singer, but like of something else.
Yeah. No, that would be amazing. That'd be amazing.
So let's let them tell their story. I mean, just because look, the story's not going to be told the way we want it to be told.
Right.
But let's let them tell their story and see where it gets from. Am I excited about the movie? Not really, but I haven't been excited about a movie in a really long time. So
He's excited about Superman.
I am not excited
He's
about
excited about Superman. He's excited about Superman. He cannot wait for that film. We're going to have a great time watching
there's no yelling on this podcast. So there's no yelling because we're in public. I'm being very, very level-headed right now. But
I'm giving you that judgmental teacher look.
Yeah.
I'm giving you that judgmental teacher.
Oh, he got the judgmental teacher look going.
You see that? No. The more and more I see,
I got two looks since I said that too.
The more and more I see trailers and images, the more I see, the more I'm like, all right. This is a train wreck on film. Okay.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's bet.
So
it's gonna make money.
It's gonna make money.
It's gonna make money. Doesn't mean it has to be good. Walmart makes money.
It's not right. It's not gonna be good. So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
I think it's going to be good for what they have. What I do think is a swerve is Scarlet Witch, because I know the actress Elizabeth Olsen said she's not going to be a part of the new film. I think that is a fib, and I think we're going to see a lot of Scarlet.
Oh, she's lying, sir. Oh, she's lying.
She's lying
through her teeth.
Because that paycheck is too good to not.
Yeah, she's lying through her teeth. No, thank you. She's lying through her teeth.
Yeah. So I think we're going to get a lot of Scarlet Witch, especially with her ties into the X-Men, because they'll be perfect just to marriage with that. And it's going to be really feel good because we're going to actually see an Avengers versus X-Men aspect, which I'm really excited about. If done right.
It's not going to be done right.
It's not going to be. I think for what they're going to bring, they have no choice for it to be done right. I think they got the Russo's brothers back.
I know, but you know what the problem is?
Yeah.
They have way too much to reconcile before they even get to any real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
I gotcha.
They're rushing with the whole adamantium thing, and you know what I mean, because they're trying to get to that. They haven't even introduced the Weapons Plus program that's going to explain a whole lot of stuff. Like they've given us little bits and pieces, but they are so far off. Because all right, if we want to talk about it. Wolverine, Logan, the actual character, right?
Right.
He goes way back, way back. We're talking early, like before World War I type. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So, and then the Weapons Plus program later on, that happened. You know, and he was down. So when he was in Canada, so we had that. So the Weapons Plus program is tied to Captain America, Elijah Bradley, and they showed Omega Red,
Right.
So they're tied to so many things.
Mhm.
You haven't had a chance to reconcile all of that, put all those pieces together to say that you're going to have, oh, let's just give it the whole thing, a whole team of mutants. Where were they? Where were they? Why didn't they intervene when Thanos was snapping everybody? You know what I'm saying? So again, we have so much to reconcile before we try to do an Avengers versus X-Men. Because if you think about it, the Avengers is now a seasoned team. Even like they're dismantled right now, but they're like a seasoned team that's been saving the world. Where were the X-Men all this time? I know they were the Fox universe. I get it. But were they saving the world? No, they were still running away from the government. So there's so much that they have to reconcile before they even try to have like the X-Men. I'd rather see the Eternals fight in the Avengers. I mean, if we're being honest. They'll beat the brakes off the Avengers, but whatever. I'd rather see the Inhumans pop up again.
Oh,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? So, I mean, they still have to reconcile the Inhumans. So there's so much they have to reconcile before they can do a proper X-Men versus Avengers thing, because it'll be rushed. It'll be rushed. It's too disjointed right now.
But at they have this beautiful opportunity to make that rush thing happen overnight with Battleworld. Like, you know.
Yes.
Like, where were they? In another dimension. Haha, we win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they have the ability to do it, and they can reconcile it all post, you know. Look, you know me. I love the Star Wars franchise, and I think one of the best, my favorite movie of the Star Wars is Rogue One, because they took a plot flaw, a hole in the plot, and it made $1 billion movie.
An incredible movie,
right?
An incredible movie,
so
and Andor, an incredible series to go along with it.
Exactly, because we all know they're gonna die.
Yes. So even the stuff they did with Deadpool and Wolverine, right? It had its place.
Right. And I have my place to say WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Go ahead, Professor.
Yeah. So that stuff had its place. And if you parallel that universe with the MCU, like the 616 universe, the mutants, all of the people involved with mutants, they've been around the same amount of time. Longer actually. Right? So the Battle World thing, the incursions, and dropping them in then, that is the way to do it.
Right.
That is the only way to do it. That's the only way it's going to make sense. Right? Because then you can say, oh, all right, that's where Xavier was when Thanos was snapping. They weren't. They didn't exist in this timeline.
Right.
So that makes sense. That's why the Fantastic Four, because I thought they were going to do like with the multiverse thing. I thought that they were going to use the quantum realm as like kind of a stand-in for the negative zone, and say maybe the Fantastic Four was trapped there.
Right.
And that's how they were going to introduce the Fantastic Four. Instead, they chose the alternate universe thing.
Right.
I'm not a fan of it, but I'll see what they do and how they fit in. But because these universes were running simultaneously with the 616, it makes total sense that during the incursions during Battle World, they can reconcile it all. And if they do it right, we'll get our Miles Morales Spider-Man in there too. I think that they can drop him in there. But if you see, I don't think Tom Holland was one of the chairs.
He was not, but he will be.
Oh, he'll be in a movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's like, I'm not going to be surprised. You think that's the only people that are going to be in this movie?
Not at all.
You got to be out your mind. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, too, I'm waiting for the hip hop battle, because I want to hear someone get everybody in the 616, throw your motherfucking hands up and go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Right. Do you know? I was also thinking, so since they're doing the whole Battle World thing, and if they do something with the Cancerverse, so for those of us that don't know what the Cancerverse is, the Cancerverse is also an alternate universe, but it's where the bad guys are the actual hero. Like, so that's where you get the evil Avengers from.
Yep.
I'm not talking about the evil Avengers that Hammer that Norman Osborn created. I'm not talking about them.
Right.
Who eventually became like the Thunderbolt. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the Cancerverse, where there's an alternate universe where like Captain America is an actual Avengers team, but they're all the evil versions of them.
Yep.
I could see them popping up too. That's probably where they're gonna get the whole Chris Evans coming back as Captain Hydra, and
Right.
then Scarlet Witch Johansson's coming back as Madam Hydra, and that's probably where they're getting them. It might not be the Cancelverse, but it might be an alternate universe, because I could see if they do the whole battle roll thing, Doom is going to be gathering people that's going to serve him from all different multiverse parts of the multiverse. So I could see him plucking it. If he does the Thor core the right way, I'll even take the little frog. I'll take frog. I'll take frog. I'll take him. That'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. You get Odin's son. You get Beta Ray Bill. You get Storm. You get his daughter Thorin. You get
Right.
And they're his personal guard. If they do it right, we get T'Challa back as the King of the Dead. That's how he comes back. He's going to be controlling the Marvel zombies. If they do this right, this is going to outdo Endgame. I stand by that.
And it's the movie you're not going to like. You just said you don't want to see. You just hyped up this movie incredibly well, and you're still going to wait for the second.
Yeah, I'll wait. Yeah, because I know they're not going to do any of the things I said, even though what I said
You never know.
Their universe. They're not going to
You
do
never
it.
know. You never know.
Although I did hear they're
Right.
talking to Dan Slott and some of the writers that help write some of the Incursion stories. I heard that they're on board. So we might get a little something.
There you go.
Might get a little something.
Oh, you mean the writers got paid? What?
Yeah, they
What?
actually. I think
That's
after that whole
amazing.
Jim Starlin debacle with Infinity Gauntlet, you know what I mean? I think they wised up. Talking to you, Disney. Talking to you. About time, Disney. Talking to you.
So I'm
About
the
time.
only one out of the whole three that's optimistic that this is going to do extremely well, and this is going to be good.
Oh no, it's gonna do extremely well. Don't get me
Oh, it
wrong.
is.
I know it's
Right.
gonna make them a lot of money.
Mhm.
Oh, no
Is
doubt
it
about
gonna
that.
be good? No.
Right.
It's not going to be what I want.
Oh,
It's
one
not going to
second.
be what I want, and that's
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. At the end of the day, we have to be comfortable that it's someone else making these creative decisions and someone else is making these creative moves, and we have to be okay with where it goes. I explain this all the time. You know, I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, and you know that when they're going to set up a table in the corner,
Yes.
you know, and then you know someone's going to go through that table. You know,
Absolutely.
at some point in time, that table's going to break, but it's how they tell you the story to get you to how that table breaks. That's when they can actually fool you and trick you. When you can tell the entire story, that's what's more important. And how they
Yes.
tell the story, I already know how it's going to end. I just want to see how they're going to take me there.
Right, right.
You know, so do I think it's not going to be perfect for me, because it's not going to be my story. It's not going to be the way that I saw it play out. And yes, I am a little bit narcissistic, and I need to know that it's going to be my way or the highway. You know, but I'm okay. You know, I know it's going to do well. I know it's going to, you know, by the amount of people that watched 8 hours of chairs. You watched 8 hours of chairs. Like, are you serious? Serious.
And we're going to watch 3 hours of death. Nothing but death. I think a lot of characters will die in this next one.
As well they should.
Rest in peace, Professor X,
well
for the
they should.
1900th time.
As well they should.
I think we're going to see a
so-
lot of characters die. I think the 616 is going to die, and it's going to be a brand new number when it comes to their world, because everything is going to be forming together.
Well, so
Yeah.
the 616 won in 2015, right?
Absolutely.
The 2015
Right.
Secret Wars, right?
Yes, sir.
And we were able to snatch different bits and pieces, different characters and stuff brought into the 616, right? So where I think that's where they're headed for that particular thing. I also think what they're going to do is
Don't
I
be
think-
ashamed. Take as many candy as you need, my friend. Take as many candy as you need. Do not be ashamed. I hate to
where I
interrupt,
think
Professor,
that
but we're giving out
that's
free
all right. That's all right. No, but where I think they're going to be reconciling a lot of stuff.
Right.
I think who's gonna die is gonna be all of those alternate versions. It's gonna be like survival of the fittest. The most powerful of those characters are gonna survive, right?
Right, but hold
The
on.
right ones, and it may not be, 616 characters.
Right.
So I'm looking at that because you can have, we can have the two Spider-Men, the Tom Holland and the Miles Morales. Yes, we can.
Right.
We can have a whole bunch of Captain Americas. We can have so I'm thinking what's going to happen is all those alternate version of the other characters, including Doctor Doom. Sir, I'm looking at you. You got to go, sir. You got to go. I'm thinking the real Victor Von Doom is going to pop up and be like, I've been chilling in Latveria. Let me handle
The
this
entire time.
Right. He's going to be watching the whole thing because if anything with Doom's true hubris is there's only one Doom. There's only one Doom. He recently in the comic book, which I thought was amazing. He recently rocked out with a whole bunch of himself, took out all of them, and stayed by himself. And he rides the dinosaur version of himself into battle. There's a dinosaur version of him. Okay,
there's a
he rides the dinosaur version.
I need to read that
comic
comic book. I need to read that comic book.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, it's One World Under Doom. If you want to look it up, it's that storyline. It's amazing. So all I'm saying is, yes, I agree. A lot of people are going to die, but it's going to be the people that are meant to die, so they can close loops, so they can pull the the universes together via the incursions, and because the molecule man Owen Reese is going to show up, and he's going to be, if they do it right, he's a part of every universe. They're going to just start blowing up universes anyway.
Right.
So it's this whole reboot. It's really a reboot. That's what it is. It's really a reboot to reconcile all these characters into the MCU.
I'm loving this conversation.
But here's the thing: like even all of that death, is it going to be real death or is it going to be comic book death? You know,
it's going to be real death. I think.
Because
it's gonna be real death.
Because comic book death in another 6 issues, they're gonna come back to life and they're gonna be totally fine.
No, I think it's gonna be real death because they got to get rid of all those extra characters because you can't have the Chris Evans Johnny Storm, the new Johnny Storm, and you can't have the Michael B. Jordan Johnny Storm.
Right.
Those other two got to go. Two got to go. So that's what I'm saying. All the alternate versions, the Council of Reeds is gonna show up. They gotta go. So you can't have all those alternate versions of these superheroes and villains and all that popping up. They have to reconcile them. The incursions and their worlds have to go.
Right.
This is smart of Marvel if you think about it. And they get to get rid of a whole bunch of actors they don't gotta pay no more. Disney, I'm sick of you. I see what you're doing. I'm on to you.
Disney, I have a love-hate relationship with you. I really do. It's a love-hate relationship.
Yes, they love to hate each other.
You haven't done Star Wars dirt. Well,
no, they haven't.
No, they haven't. Not incredibly dirty.
They've gotten close.
Those prequels and those last 3 movies, I don't think it was their fault.
You know what? Let's shift a little bit. We got a little bit left time in the season. If I hit a man is right next to me, our camera person. I'm very sorry, man, if I hit you. All right, cool. But a lot of Star Wars news has been released this past 2 weeks. Because it's been a while since we actually got really nerdy and talked about this. How do you guys feel about the Darth Maul series? That's
excited.
in production. Okay, so we got 2 excited. We got 1
I can take it or leave it because I think they've done such a great job with Darth Maul in the cartoons. Don't
he was in Rebels, right?
Yeah, in Rebels, and don't chuck it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be as nice as I can be. But you've done all of this work. I knew that when you made Ray Fiennes, Darth Maul. That was
Ray Park. Ray Park.
Is it Ray Park? I thought it was
Ray Park. Yeah, and I think Ray Park's returning, which I'm really excited for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he could do it. He's the
only person. He's fit and healthy enough too. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, when they cast him originally, and he was only there for half a movie, and then saw it in half in a movie. You know, I knew there was going to be more to the story, but that's the whole thing. Is like, how far more do we have to know? Like I between like I said, the cartoons really set him up dope. Rebels set him up. Really
absolutely,
good.
Absolutely,
absolutely.
100% agree.
I'd like to see him show up in the new Osaka.
That would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
Right?
That'd be cool. If
That'd be amazing.
That'll be awesome.
Maybe he's chasing her. Maybe he's, I don't know, because I would love to see that. I would love to see that because
100%.
She was amazing. By the way, thank you for that. Ray Fiennes could be Dr. Doom.
Yes.
He can pull it off. Thank you for that.
Yes,
it's hard to go back to it, but thank you. When you said his name, I was like, oh, I can see him playing it. Anyway, but the new Ahsoka series, season 1 was a monster.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
100%.
I need to see who trained her. They need to talk a little bit more. That little thing with her and Anakin and stuff like that was cool, but I'm sorry, she's way beyond what anything that Anakin could have trained her, even in ghost form. I'm sorry. Somebody trained her. Somebody trained her. I don't know who it is. Somebody trained her.
Exactly.
And they weren't so.
To the people that are checking us out, though, in our booth, free candy, free pens. Go ahead and check it out. I know if you're looking like really strange, yes, you can take it. It is free. We also got free shirts over here, too. Definitely. We're just having a good time with y'all.
That's why they have
Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen I'm taking.
They have Miles and they have Spider-Man.
Yes, I need them.
You're like, yes.
There we go.
There are going to be interruptions within this broadcast. We are at
yeah.
It's fine.
So to the listeners who are like trying to see where we're at. But I'm excited.
Pop culture.
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys have like a YouTube channel or something?
Actually, it's WNHH New Haven on YouTube. Yeah, it's a podcast radio show.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, you can see Three Nerds Venting. Our videos will pop right up.
That's your YouTube channel?
Yep,
sir.
Yep.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
That's a dope hoodie.
That was right. Yeah, I like it. But yeah, so I don't know. They're doing the Lord's work with Star Wars right now.
They are.
They have the right people running the show.
100%.
I haven't seen one thing. I gave Skeleton Crew a hard time. I finally finished watching it.
Skeleton Crew was good.
It wasn't bad.
One more, but since we're in the Star Wars, topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling leading this new trilogy with Sean Levy, director of Deadpool and Wolverine. It's going to be the Starfighter. I think it was like I forgot the name. The name is in my head, but it's that Ryan Gosling is going to be the main actor, and Sean Levy is going to be the director of this new Star Wars trilogy. So
is it going to be the Rogue Squadron stuff?
I don't think it's going to be Rogue Squadron, but it's going to be on the Starfighters, like the pilots.
Okay.
It's going to be on that.
Like they're going to be like X-wings or something? And
like X-wing. That's
that's going to be
nice.
That's the concept.
That's going to be amazing.
So plus, you're going to have the gods.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's going to be amazing.
On Rey and Finn coming back and all that, but that's completely squashed because they're doing his own thing with Ryan Gosling.
I would love to see an appearance of Poe Dameron.
That'd be
cool. Oscar Isaac as that character, he saved that trilogy for me.
He was really good.
But I'm not a fan of Finn. He'll never be a Jedi, sir. You'll never be a Jedi. You'll never be a Jedi.
He doesn't need to be a Jedi. He was a stormtrooper.
No, he was good.
He was good.
He wasn't even a good stormtrooper.
He was on garbage disposal.
Matter of fact, that suit looks funny.
All right, how can you be a good stormtrooper when you're on?
I was hoping that Captain Phasma put her foot in your back, sir.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I got emotional about that.
No, it's okay. This is why we're here to do it. This is why we do this.
Yeah, Finn, sir, you will never. You could never. You could never. You could never. And no. Ren, whatever. Ray doesn't even like you, sir. Move it along, sir.
So it's going to be released May 2027. So that's not too far from now. May 2027.
Right.
Star Wars Starfighter from my source right next to me.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
So I'm excited for it.
I am totally down with that. Because you know what we haven't seen.
Yeah.
You know what we haven't seen. we've seen a lot of the characters doing their thing, right? But we have never seen them actually go to the training facilities and see how they train, how they become starfighters, how they become, officers. And I've always wanted to see that. I always wanted to see what their training was like.
Oh yeah,
How do
it's
you
gonna be
become,
awesome.
Red 5, you know what I mean? And blue, I always wanted to see that side of it. You always see these great pilots coming out of it, but how do they get there? How do a lot of these guys become that? So this is going to be amazing. I'm excited about that.
Why don't you listen up, Disney? Because I got to show the picture right now. I think, I got you. Because telling that story, I would like to see like an Office style show. But done with the Empire. Like
that would be dope.
I think that's a Saturday Night Live sketch.
That would be dope.
Whatever, mine's better.
That'd be dope. I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
Right? Where you just be like, yeah, I'm here. It's 364th day.
Yeah,
just chilling. We're doing combat drills. Prepping up because this base is always getting overrun. It'd be hysterical. I think they should totally do that. Disney, pay 100%. Attention, write it down. And if Saturday Night Live came up with it first, I don't care. Mine was better.
They did. What was that? What was the one when the boss is undercover boss?
Undercover boss. Yeah, Kylo Ren. Remember?
Yeah, that was really good.
I think that it should just be like like a beat up third general who's just on like his last go round. He's about to hit retirement.
That would be amazing.
Right? I think it'd be so dope.
It's going to be amazing. And today is amazing because we are at DiasporaCON right here in Next Haven on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. And it's really great. I'm going to turn my camera over. And hopefully, we should see all these great people. Yeah, it's getting packed.
They are in the house.
You see Easy right there in the left-hand corner. You see everybody.
The house.
And it's still early.
It's still early, too.
And it's still early.
The food truck isn't even here yet.
Easy is pumped for the food truck. He really is. And it's a good time to be alive.
There's like a lot of creators here, and they're doing some wonderful stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm really, really happy to be in the house.
Professor got excited about the Spider-Man poncho.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to holler at her in a minute and see what's up with that. If that's for sale, that might be coming and look like I could fit it too. What?
Oh, man.
It's a poncho. Anyone can fit into a poncho.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had one at Disney, and it looked like I was wearing a bib, but I ain't gonna say nothing,
Well,
so it's one or the other. It's either I'm a bib or I'm a movie screen. So it's one of the two. That one looked like it's just right. It's in the Goldilocks zone. It's just right for me. That's the one. But there's some amazing creators in here. You see some wonderful, wonderful art. Everybody's been like really, really nice.
Oh yeah, it's been a great vibe.
This has been amazing. This is really, really amazing.
Oh, and there's announcements.
And there's announcements.
Panels are upstairs. Very cool.
If you're interested in doing the first power and the fifth workshop, just go straight downstairs. So workshops downstairs, pianos upstairs.
And you want to know what's really cool about that? I actually heard that our homie Preston is going to be hosting the panel.
Yes, he is.
All right, so
yes, he is.
That's going to be fun.
Marcus Kwame Anderson. That's the first time interviewing.
Nice.
This is amazing.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit. Someone has my chain.
Pause. Can't believe I paused you on radio, sir.
I got sidetracked. I was getting.
You're getting choked. I know.
I lost my train of thought.
Pineapples. Pineapple.
Pineapples. But on a serious note, Marcus Kwame Anderson, it will be released because there's going to be multiple volumes of this. It's not just going to be us just talking real quick. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Today's a great day to be a nerd. Happy. This is actually going to be released. Actually, we're doing this Sunday. So tomorrow, Monday, we're going to put this episode out there. And it's a great time to be allowed to be a nerd because we got our free comic book day this week too. So I think it's this perfect transition into this. But yeah, Black Panther Party graphic novel interviewing the illustrator Marcus Kwame Anderson. It's gonna be a little while, and it's gonna be released soon. You're gonna see it on New Haven Independent and all, of everything. And we're gonna be interviewing some vendors too. There's a lot of great vendors here.
Yes.
A lot of great artwork.
A lot of really cool
artwork.
stuff. I see some earrings I might buy.
Yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff, man. Some
Professor,
cool art.
Discipline when it comes to the wallet. Discipline, Professor. Discipline,
Sir. I can't guarantee that.
Discipline for the wallet, Professor. Discipline.
I'm gonna try.
You want to know something? That's a grown man. That grown man will spend his money the way that he wants to spend his money.
You know what it is? As his fellow broadcaster.
No, I appreciate that. Because I got crazy last time.
You did.
I got crazy last time.
I don't know how much you spent, but it was a lot.
Over $300, sir. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Over $300.
You spent a G, bro. You spent a G because I spent $300.
It was
And it takes a lot for Easy to spend on you.
My students already think I'm rich, and I'm like, no, I just budget really good. No, but it was just one of those great experiences where I got a chance to support some really, really cool creators and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and I don't regret any of it. If I didn't, I would be regretting that. So, like I said, I'm gonna look around and see what's here, and hopefully I'll be able to see with something. In that poncho over there, ma'am, I'm looking at you in your poncho. That's right.
We got some
I think she might actually be creating on shirts right now.
Really?
Yeah, because she's got a bunch of like the light, oversized shirts.
Yes.
So if she's creating something original, I might actually pick that up myself.
Ma'am, I'm a 5X. So if you got some over there, you're gonna have to have a conversation. You could put your marker to it. That's fine. I don't know what she's doing over there.
All right,
we're doing some really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's great to see. I wish I could just get the camera here and just say, get out of broadcast mode and just like tour for you. But I really can't as we're recording this in the moment. But we only got about like 12 minutes left, of this pre-recording, guys. We're gonna discuss this in a future episode, but just thoughts on Sinners. Just thoughts on it.
I'm gonna go see it.
I know you're going to go see it. We're all going to be talking about this collectively because this is a movie to talk about. We're probably going to be talking about it.
It definitely is a movie to talk about. It was by far one of the best movies I've seen in a long, long time.
Absolutely.
And that's giving it an 8.5. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel it could have. I've never said this about a movie. Usually I'm like, the movie's about 15 minutes too long, 45 minutes too long, or if it's a Quentin Tarantino movie, about an hour and a half too long, But this movie was about a half hour too short. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more drawn out of the characters.
Yeah, same.
Really, they did build such a good world that I want to know more about the world and more about how how it plays through.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know about the world in different aspects of the timeline and stuff. So I think it was by far one of the most incredible things that I've seen in a really, really long time. And it was also a vampire movie that didn't have boobs, which was shocking because usually most vampire movies, there's nudity throughout the entire thing. There was not a stitch of nudity. So I give them a lot of credit for that as well.
That's awesome.
But the one-liners were definitely
I've been staying I've been staying away from it, but I've been hearing that the one-liners have been like killers. The one guy does like he did this whole video about it. I'm like I turned it off because I'm like I don't want to know because I want to see it. But I heard like the dialogue, the cinematography. Mm-hmm. I heard I nothing but great things about it.
Yeah. One thing I can say about Ryan Coogler is he's a great storyteller. I think that first, and Professor, you'll appreciate this too in a future conversation we have about this, is just the story building is great. The character building is great. You get so into the film, you forget there's vampires. You forget it's a horror movie.
And that's what I want to see.
Because you're so intact of what characters are going on in the story building.
That's what I want to see.
You see a diverse world when it comes to the 1930s. It's not just white and black. You saw the Native Americans. Yeah. You saw the Chinese community in the Mississippi Delta. So you saw so much going on.
I think part of my delay is knowing that it's a period piece. I've never like been a true fan of period piece, dealing with how black people were treated, throughout history, right?
This actually is a period piece that talks about it honestly.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
That's what I want. Right,
Hands down,
right.
hands down.
That's what I want to see that. So, and I heard that about the film. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I might go tonight. No, I'm not gonna go tonight. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah,
And make sure when you watch it, you got to stay till the very, very end.
Okay.
There's a mid-credit scene. There's a post-credit scene. So mid and
Really?
post-credit scene.
Okay.
On the film. Yeah. It feels like it can set up to be its own universe, but I just wanted to be a one-tell story. Honestly.
Okay.
I don't want it to be a one-tell story. I want to know like what happens during the civil rights movement. I want to know what happens, during the crack epidemic in the 80s. I want to know what happened. You know what I'm saying? There's
That's
so
amazing.
many. You can take these stories.
I get your point of view, and I'm not mad if they do that, but I like the fact of it being like a Tales from the Crypt kind of thing, or like a Tales from the Hood kind of thing. I like it in that aspect. Yes, put stuff out there with different period pieces, but switch up the monsters. Have like a thing one time, or have like a witch thing one time.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Within that.
Hey, man, witches are not evil, man. Witches are not evil. They weren't burning witches; they were burning women. It's totally different.
Right. This is true. There's a lot they can go on and piggyback off and tell like a great story. So I love different directors. Just going into it. So like, there's so much they can do just with this. But I'm happy if it's just one story. I'm happy with just a one story. Don't piggyback off this. Because and also. But before we go, because we don't have that much time left, we wanted just to give a big thank you to Juanita Sunday just for having us out here for the table. We're going to have a fun day today. Big shout out to Ife Michelle for having us here too, and Culturally Lit. It's going to be a great day right here. It's going to be more episodes of this. More times we're going to be interviewing the vendors here on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, Long Island Raised, Elm City Made, Mr. Easy Blues, and getting nerdy with us, always, the OG Blurred himself, supervillain to many, superhero to the ones that matter, the OG, he is the Professor. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you. Really do.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.